Yay.
Alright. Let's see. When we last left off, the party had been traveling along, heading back to the Marion Vale, where they started this whole adventure, to hopefully find a third set of a blade, blade collection that everyone is under the impression Calden is supposed to get due to his revealed nature of being, I guess, a voidling would be the best term.
Yeah.
Makes it sound much more adorable.
Yes, you Cthulhu-looking motherfucker. But then you guys got informed, unfortunately, after the battle at Bafaret, that no boats were available. So you guys had to hoof it on foot. Osiri was able to arrange a cart for you guys, so at least you had like some shelter and supplies with you. So you're not like wanting for camping supplies or anything, or food for a while. But it is much more slower going than it would have been just sailing back. So now, what you're doing is you're heading up the coast, basically going from fishing village to fishing village. You ran into a weird troop of reformers who put on like a creation myth plaything, and somehow Rouge got inside one of their props. And you guys met the troop leader Tomarz, and Rouge just does not trust circus people at all.
Just not trusting.
She does not trust them at all. Like, unfortunately, you guys seem to be taking a similar route due to no boats again, and you're going near major locations. And then you finally, after all of that, you got stuck in the fishing village of I know I fucking put it in here. Hemlick.
Okay.
Hemlick, where you guys had a nice little beach adventure. You went some fishing, got a big ass fish, cooked it, and woke up to a giant moose.
Yeah, I remember the moose.
Yeah. You guys tried to attack the moose. And then the troop's animal handler, a halfling named Rudy, came up and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And asked you not to keep hurting his moose. Because it didn't attack you at all. You attacked it first, because it was big in there. And that's pretty much where we left off. You guys camping out in this little village. And unfortunately now that, since you're about like halfway up, it's been I want to say about a week of travel, your supplies are starting to run a tiny bit thin.
Okay.
So that's all the notes I can give you, and what would you like to do first?
I remember we dried out the fish, and that's what brought the moose over.
Yeah.
To begin with. So we do have a giant dried out fish.
Yep.
To eat, so that helps with the supplies.
Yeah, that's food, but you also have a wagon that's been on wheels for a long time, and, carry jacks and rough terrain. There's not like, the roads are not exactly paved completely.
Yes.
Who's
good at woodwork?
Yeah, I think this baby's seen a few of its miles. It needs an oil change.
Maybe some new wheels.
Tire alignment and some new windshield wipers.
Oof, we're getting real fancy now, huh?
What do windshield wipers on a carriage even look like?
I imagine it'd just be some kind of like arcane force field of some
Just like
kind.
to imagine they just wax the driver constantly.
It's like,
Wake up, wake up.
it's like windshield is the name of a halfling who's very energetic.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Stop giving Sarah new character ideas.
I will give her all the character ideas I damn well want. You need plenty for your book.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So what first?
Okay, is it in the morning now?
It's pretty much in the morning. You drew over the moose, and then the sun came up about a couple hours later. So it's like early morning. You get a nice little sea breeze coming in and cooling you off.
Alright, guys. Well, we could head into the village and see about getting some things for the caravan.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Ugh.
So we'll wander into town after we put our fish away.
Okay. So you put your fish away. I'm guessing just in the carriage.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
we had it in a tent prior.
I know. Just a second. Hmm. Okay. So you left the fish and went into town, and it's a nice little town. There's like some like nice water wheels going on. You see some kids playing in the street. It's simple, but it seems like effective. It looks like it's definitely got a small town vibe. There's like a nice general store in the middle of town, and you have hardware next to them. Ye old medieval Walmart. But there's also like a windmill up on the top that seems to be supplying some power. And there also seems to, oddly enough, be a school in the back that looks a bit fancier than the rest of the village. No clue why, it just does. It's like a Catholic school in the middle of a redneck trailer park.
Oh, I see. Not too far off.
I mean, yeah, but like most of Rensselaer looked okay. This would be like putting St. Joe's, and then it's just a trailer park around it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
College town, indeed.
I mean, it looks like there's plenty of smoke going up, and you're not sure if it's all from just chimneys.
Okay,
But let's go to the market section.
yeah, let's go there and check out
Okay,
that.
you go to the market
The
section.
genital store.
Did you say genitals?
Yes, I said the genital store.
General store.
Nice.
Yeah, the
I was
genital
wanting a new
So-
set.
Actually, let me just see something.
Is it run by Creepy Steve?
He's now making a genital store. Real
Uh,
quick.
no. It's run by Oozing Irwin.
Oh no, that's worse.
Ooh. Ooh. Oozing Irwins.
No, like literally, there is a rare magical ingredient store, and genitals is an ingredient in a lot of potions of magical creatures.
Oof. Well, good to know.
So there is like Oozing Irwin's magical ingredient emporium. So if you want to find dick, like pickled moose dick, you can find it there.
Oozing Irwins. That's a great.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay. There is also Maxine's fabulous fashion store, and there is Jimmy's general store.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I think we should go to Jimmy's.
Yeah, let's go to Jimmy's. Let's-
Yeah.
You stop that. Let's go stock up then.
It's like you were slightly worried Aldar is brain damaged.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so you go to Jimmy's general store, and it's a nice place. You come in, and oddly enough, it's the smell of like freshly sawed wood in there. I noticed like the guy behind the counter is actually doing some like woodworking into the wall, like he's trying to carve it to make it look better. It's like if cat scratches were an art form.
Like he's trying to make a mural or something?
Basically, yeah. Like he's trying to carve a relief into it, but it doesn't seem to be going too well because he keeps getting distracted by the bell, and he keeps going "Pah!" every time something comes in. It's like this nice little like ginger boy with floofy hair and the freckles, maybe mid-20s. How may I help you?
We're looking for some replacement wheels for a wagon. Do you have any wheels here?
I don't have any, but I can make some.
That would be fantastic. How much do you charge?
About 12 gold per wheel.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, they'll be done in like 2 days though. Takes me a day to make 2 wheels. Especially given the size of most carts, unless yours is bigger than usual. Do you know the size you got?
An average sized cart, right?
It's pretty average, yeah.
Yeah, it's average.
It'll take 2 days to make the full set of wheels.
Alright.
That'll be
Sounds reasonable.
48 gold.
Alright, that's not too bad.
No, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Rouge pays up.
Not at all.
Or do you want to pay now, or when we pick up the wheels?
I usually do a half and half deal. That way, you always come back to get your product. Half now, half when you pick it up.
All right. Well, here's 12 gold now.
No, 24.
Or-
You need
Right,
4
three.
wheels.
Right?
Yes.
Don't
yes.
try to stiff me, shorty.
I do math.
No. Or make him think
Never
he can't
learned.
count.
It's like he's. You can see it in his mind, like he's about to make a comment, but then he stops himself once you said that never learned thing. Okay. Then I will see you folks in 2 days.
Sounds good. We'll be there.
Oh wait, I need a name though, in case you stiff me and I need to find you.
Put under Calden's name.
I was about to say put it under my name.
Calden what?
Trouble with last names.
I have trouble with identity right now. Thank you very much.
That's true.
Nidlac.
Yeah. Nidlag, okay. Well, that's an easy name to remember. Alright, I will see you folks 2 days. Enjoy your stay in Hemlock.
Thanks.
Okay? And as you head out, it's like, thankfully you got there early in the day, so there was no other customers, but you get outside and you're starting to see like the telltale signs of people starting to actually go shopping a bit, like right before they actually go to do like field work or study work. Like it's just the early morning of the day and they're like getting their stuff and getting ready. And a few more kids playing around. The kids, there seems to be an odd amount of trust in this village with kids like just going and playing around because they seem to be everywhere.
I guess the coronavirus is here too, and everyone's out of school.
I was more implying that people fuck and it's a small village.
Okay, just
Like, have you ever been to a small rural village with nothing to do? There are so many
Writersville,
kids
homie.
playing. There are so many kids playing outside. I'm 80%.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm 80% is convinced is because everyone else just fucks. There's nothing else to do,
Yeah, you either fuck or you do drugs.
or both.
Sounds like trailer park life, man.
You should
Me
know.
Yeah.
and my dad would pass through Old Fort to visit a friend of his, but we're only there in the middle of the day, so the place
I
is
sense
basically
feelings
dead.
were hurt.
Basically dead
Yeah.
and empty.
Alright, so you guys are stuck in Hemlock for 2 days unless you want to risk going on a cart with wheels that look a little iffy.
No, we should stay.
Mm,
I mean, they already half pay for
Is
them.
there
Exactly.
is there a bar?
There is a bar, but it's not open in the mornings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No day drinkers.
Yeah,
no day drinkers.
called the Leaky Dragon.
I need to go there when it's open.
That sounds like a serious medical problem.
Well, if he goes there, he'll be a Leaky Dragon. It's a really, like, it's a dive-ish place, but it's a dive that's also the best establishment in town, if that tells you anything about how alcohol is perceived here.
Gotcha.
It's like,
By everyone.
it's like
I
if
assume.
everyone still went to Core 11 after it flooded.
Oh yeah. Just bring your water wings. It's fine.
Can you swim in full armor?
I
Yeah.
don't know, but Calden is
With
pretty
disadvantage.
tall,
Yes, you can.
so I figure he can just stand.
Alright, so what would you like to do? You're stuck in town for 2 days.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
What
Okay,
does there
good.
look like there is to do in town? Like
Roll a perception check,
us.
because you're looking around for stuff to do.
All right. Let me perceive things as soon as I find perception. That's persuasion.
Are you going to persuade the town to give you something to do? You're just going to, like, talk to a sign. Holy shit.
Yeah, like hello sign.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're all wondering for something to do, and then, like, Aladar just suddenly, like, he, like, glances around, and he has one of those weird, like, cartoon moments where you see, like, a thing, and another thing, and it's just an option door. So his first option door, he sees, like, a little strongman impromptu competition going on, some people arm wrestling, or having a little get-together. There seems to be a guy talking about sponsoring a small martial arts tournament for charity, calling fighters from around and attracting people to town. Another guy is talking about making a magic tournament happen. And he seems to be from the school, and it's supposed to be like an intramural, like magic. A magic duel is basically inner city basketball in this universe.
See, when you said magic tournament, my first what mind too is like, God, there's fucking Magic the Gathering shit here too.
Oh my god.
That's pretty fitting for small towns.
Yeah.
That actually has kind of. So, the thing is, you do see him flashing some cards. But they don't seem to be Magic the Gathering cards. They seem to be like restrictive play cards. Like they seem to restrict the people who are in the thing, or to do a certain thing, or to spawn arenas. There seem to be like just convenient cards you can. They work more like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, where you show the card and something cool happens, something weird appears.
So they're like pre-written spells?
Yeah, they're basically like self-contained spell cards. They're like cards that store spells. There's cards of spell storing basically.
Gotcha.
But they're like specifically for adjusting the tournament or adjusting people in the tournament. This is no. Aldar's seeing all this, so he can choose not to tell you. You also see some very daylit ladies of the night, like eyeing you, Aldar, because you look tall and exotic.
Daylit.
Yeah. Daylit night ladies.
I don't know, something about that
Yeah.
contrast
Yeah.
is funny to me, just
Yeah.
the words.
And then you do see just a big rock in the back of the village that looks very climbable, and like your primal instinct is like, I want to climb that. But you can resist that. That's just something like where, you know that feeling when you're driving your car and you just suddenly want to speed up for no reason. You're like, no.
I imagine it's because that Dragonborn are similar to lizards, and it looks like a good sun and rock. It looks like
it really does.
To lay on and sun.
It really does look like a good sunning rock. It looks like you can get a lot of nice sunlight from the top of it. There doesn't seem any structure on it, and light's hitting it just right. And also, the weather's not too British today.
I get that reference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll turn around to the party, and I'll just look at them. So I've been looking for stuff to do. The funnest things that I can find. There seems to be some people trying to put on a fighting tournament. Something about a magic tournament of some kind too. There's some hookers, and there's a big rock, and I kind of want to go climb it. But
Andrew, you should go into the fighting tournament. That'd be awesome.
does
Love to
sound
see
kind
you
of
fight.
fun. Does sound fun.
What do you think,
Woohoo.
girl? No?
No, it's fine.
Kelly?
What I say?
You there, girl?
Does Chandra want to join Aldar in doing the fighting tournament?
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go watch the fighting tournament.
Okay. So,
And yeah, we'll go up and join.
so Chandra, are you joining? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I can.
All right. So you guys join the fighting tournament, and to make this easy on both of us, I just want you to roll, let's say 3 strength checks apiece. So I need Aldar and Chandra to both roll strength. Okay. Doot 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 doot. 3 from Kaylee. Okay. Boop boop. All right. So this town, it was expecting normal people. It was not expecting you two. And you guys just like go full. You go full Vegeta at the Boost Arc tournament and just wreck the machine.
Wait, is one of them gonna go turn evil and come back?
Hopefully not. It depends on their saves.
Depends on their. I guess Vegeta had a really bad save. Oh wait, no, he did that willingly.
It's a bad. Hey, he failed his common sense save.
Hey, Bulma wasn't there. She's
90% of his impulse control.
That was what we call an intelligence check. That was a nat 1.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, Vegeta always loses to his pride saves.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are just smashing face this tournament. Like Aldar, you kind of feel bad. So you actually tell them, hey, can you give these guys weapons so they have a chance? And because it's a fist-to-fist tournament for the most part. And then it gets there, and you manage to get to the point where they have a little they have enough. So the tournament organizer goes, all right. So we have 2 uber badasses. So I vote 1 versus them all. 1 versus them all time.
There's on in the crowd screaming, yeah, do it.
Okay, so this is mostly gonna be RP because I don't have a insane amount of mooks map prepared.
Sarah,
Gotcha.
Rouge is the girl who goes to every football game.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just need you and Chandra. Tell me what your plan is to deal with 20 or so mooks just coming at you from all sides.
So these, they look like normal folk, you said.
They're just
right?
normal
Like, pretty
folks with
much
knives and pitchforks and farming equipment. It's all blunted equipment. It's still a safe tournament, but it's a tournament where you gave them a stipulation that they can use weapons because you were wrecking their shit. We're talking you were clotheslining one guy and sending him into another guy.
Okay, well... And it's just the 2 of us?
2 of you.
I would probably, go, back to back and start using my claws a little bit more.
Yep. How about you,
kinda
Chandra?
defend
Do you do
myself.
anything special?
I don't know. My only plan was a lot of disarming and throwing people. At this
Okay,
point.
throwing people and claws. Okay, I can work with this. So you guys
And
basically
I'm not going to...
yeah, but
Sorry.
no. Okay, so this is what happens. They come at you, and you both manage because you can pick them up. You kind of start this friendly suplex chain where one of you lifts them up with one arm, the other person grabs them and throws them down, and then you exchange the other arm the same way, and you alternate arms, picking up one guy at a time, doing a giant suplex chain.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and basically it's like that scene from Shrek 1 versus the Knights. And now it's alright folks, we've had...
Smash Mouth album?
Yes, well, no, Smash Mouth wasn't in that part of the soundtrack.
Okay.
I can't remember what the song was. Something about Reputation.
It
was Bad Reputation, I think? I don't
Yeah.
give a damn about your reputation.
I
Okay,
don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
yeah, that was the song. Okay.
I think it's my...
And the announcer who was twirling his mustache was like, folks, we have never seen such an upset. Do I have... Shit. Wait, do I still have... Nope. I do not still have my tournament map. I deleted that. Okay. So,
Your archive.
it should be, but I deleted it completely by accident.
Oopsies.
Yeah. It was a long time before I learned that I could archive stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Lessons hard learned.
Okay. Now, friends, we have our 2 finalists! And he points at you and Chandra. Boop. And, where are you, Aldar? Boop.
I'm over here. Hi, God.
Shh. And it's just a straight up field with, imagine there's past that guy, 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 past that guy. Just a ton of guys lying around with knives and pitchforks. They can't do anything. So, here we are at the final fight. Are you folks ready? And you can just hear the crowd roaring. Rouge in particular roaring loudly mad. Now, drum roll please. We have the scaly executioner with the Lady of Muscles. Now they're going to fight each other for your entertainment. Okay. Both of you roll initiative. You're fighting each other.
I like to imagine the crowd is silent, but Rouge going, woo!
Yes. Rouge. If Rouge wasn't a woman, she would be the guy with the painted belly fan.
Yeah.
Alright. My bad.
Okay. Remember to click on your token, guys.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I always forget to do that.
I forget where initiative even is. So.
It's always on your sheet, but okay. So Chandra's going first. Okay. So Chandra, and the announcer make sure you are allowed weapons since you are both badasses. And that's just to prevent me from having to do so much math based on you not using your weapons.
That's good.
Okay, go ham. Chandra, you're up first.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Probably not well. Well.
Aldar, mind you, the whole time is just grinning like ear to ear. He hasn't had a good spar in a while.
This might actually be interesting, because you're actually a pretty high DPS fighter, but she's a barbarian. So this is actually anyone's game, based on stuff. Do you want to rage, Chandra?
Sure. When in doubt, rage.
Okay, that's a good phrase. That's a good idea. Run in doubt, rage. Okay, so I believe you're a Storm Herald.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that means I get 2 strike during rages.
But you get 2 strikes anyways because you're past level 5. But I think you have something else. The Storm Herald, rage, or defense. Okay, rage damage, 2 reckless attack, brutal critical. Okay, you put that entire thing in there. Let me just look it up. You chose Tundra, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because your cheat's kind of a mess. I'll fix that later.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll just figure it out later. You kind of just put all the barbarian stuff in one of your entries by accident. Okay, Storm Aura. The aura gains 2 temporary hit points, so you gain 2 temporary hit points. Okay. And you also have resistance to cold damage.
Not helpful here.
I don't know, Oh, 3 at 5th, and so you have 3 temporary extra hit points. So remember to write that down, you have a bit more. Yeah, that's a very healing one. And then you're raging, so half damage from everything right now. Oh, you're also at full health, so let's correct that. You guys have full rests. And now, that was your bonus action. Do you want to go and attack Aldar?
Sure.
Okay, so your movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You have 40 feet because you're a barbarian.
Okay.
Okay, make your 2 attacks.
Alright. We still got the axe?
You still have the axe.
Alright, guess I'm rolling axe.
Does an 18 hit you, Aldar?
No.
He has high AC, you have high health. Okay, roll again. You have 2 attacks of extra attack. I'm guessing at 27 hits.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, and just a second, because I think she has. So that you take that much damage plus. Let me just see something, because I gotta remember how much rage damage Barbarian does. Proficiency bonus, rage damage. You are 8th level. So take a +2. So take +2 more damage from that. So 12 slashing damage.
Oof. Alrighty.
Okay, so she just comes down, like, you dodge the first one, and then she just comes back up and just chops you in the side of the stomach. And Rouge, it's brutal.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh.
Aldar, your turn.
Alright. I'm going to whip out my swords. And and my and I'm gonna Excuse me. I'm sorry, that was gross. And I'm gonna take some swings here. Chink.
Does a 22 hit you, Chandra? Kaylee?
No, I'm trying to look. If that's a dexterity, I'm only 14.
No, it's your armor class.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm only 15, so
Okay, so you take 5 damage from that because you're raging.
Right.
Okay, 5 damage because you're raging. Okay, Eldar, I think you have another attack because you're a fighter.
Yes, and I'm also dual wielding, so I actually have 2 more because I
Yeah.
have my bonus action
2.
one.
Actually, have you reached the point of fighter where you get 3 attacks yet?
No, it's 11th level.
Okay, you're right. 11th level. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So that hits again, and you take 5 more damage. And your next roll?
Sorry, hang on. My sheet disappeared for a second. There it is. It's back.
If you actually minimize, you just gotta double click. And 11 piercing, 6. So take a total of 16 slashing piercing damage, Chandra.
got it.
Okay? But, so, like, you're trying to stab her. You're stabbing Krayley, but you keep, like, almost getting deflected off her pecs.
She's, like, flexing on me, and I'm just like, ching, ching, ching.
You're basically fighting a female Alex Louise Armstrong. With an axe.
I just kind of look at her, sort of grin, a little bit of electricity in my teeth.
You notice that her storm's coming around, too, and it's like this nice icy cold wind, so... Honestly, you guys got this cool thing going on, because both of you have the electricity coming from you and your teeth, and her electricity coming from her little, like, cold fury coming from around her feet and eyes. And you get this weird event where there seems to be a storm almost forming around your fight.
Hell yeah.
And the audience is noticing this and kind of getting worried, but also into it, because it's like, you're kind of watching a hurricane forming. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so. I ain't moving anywhere. I used all 3 of my attacks, so that's my bonus action. So, yep, that'd be it.
Chandra, your turn.
Alright, I guess I'm just rolling axe again.
Okay, remember, you can get advantage on this if you reckless attack. Do you want to reckless that?
Yeah, why not? We're not fighting for anything important.
Okay, take 17 slashing damage, Eldar.
Oof. Okay, give me a second. For some reason, my, sheet's not wanting. Let me try this. Here we go. So you said 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and you get an advantage on your next attack as well. So roll again. Okay, and then take... Oh, sorry. 19 slashing damage because of rage. And...
Oh, 19?
Yeah, and then another 13 slashing damage. So in total, take 32 damage. Yeah, this is a perfect example of what the difference between a fighter and a barbarian is. Barbarian gets hit and hits super hard, but like fighters are just continuous damage and support.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a battle of like pure, in a war of attrition, you'd win this, but speed ain't on your side if she keeps hitting you like this. Although, is that the end of your turn, Chandra?
I think so.
Oh yeah, you're using bonus action range. Okay, Aldar. She reckless attack though, so you get advantage on all your attacks as well.
Yes, I do. And give me a second here. The breath weapon's an action, isn't it? To do the weapon charge thing. Yeah, that's an action, I'm pretty sure, right?
Your
The
weapon
weapon charge.
Your weapon charge is an action. So you'd have to
Gotcha.
sacrifice your turn for it. No, I think we moved that to bonus action actually.
Okay.
Because like we wanted it to be something you could like do on a turn.
Okay, well then in that case, because that takes away one of my hits, but it gives me some good damage. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna breathe my that same lightning that was in my teeth right onto my swords.
Okay, so you see him like charge his swords, like just cross them over, and then just breathe out this whole thing, and you hear the static crackling electricity going down the hill to the blade, until the blades almost seem like just two giant conductors of electricity arcing across with chains of lightning between both of them.
It's fucking cool.
And now I'm gonna go ahead and take some swings.
Okay.
So I think that means I only have 2 instead of 3.
You only have
to
2
use
swings,
my
yes.
bonus action. So let me.
I believe it adds your breath weapon to the damage.
Yes.
And how much is that now? 3d2? Okay.
Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay, I couldn't see what it rolled.
Okay, let me see. What's your breath? How much your breath weapon do?
Yeah, I
That
don't
mouth
think I
do.
have my.
Okay, 8
I
plus
don't
your
know if I have my
constitution.
breath-
2d6. The damage is. It's currently 3d6. So
3d6.
you do an extra 3d6 per thing. So I'm just going to roll for you to speed this up a bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easier because I'm.
Because I don't have like a
stupid
thing.
with this.
Okay, but that also gets reduced because she's a Storm Herald. So like electricity damage is also halved with for her.
Gotcha.
So you get that's a total of I'm gonna say, why does it have to be odd numbers? Okay, 3 plus I'm gonna run it at a 5, so 8 damage, Chandra, for that attack.
Yep.
Okay, and then your next attack.
All right. Is gonna be. Boop.
That also hits,
Woohoo.
and we'll put that down to a 4 for the 9. So 4, 3, and 4, so 7. Take 8 and 7 damage, Chandra.
And I know I'm gonna need to do it, or else I'm gonna lose this fight. So Aldar is going to use. Where is Action Surge? I don't know if I have it on my sheet.
Yeah, I believe it's a free
Okay.
action actually.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure basically I just get an addition. So I would basically.
You
get
get
my
an
2
additional
swings again.
2 attacks. You get an additional
It
2
doesn't give you a
attacks.
bonus.
Because it just lets you repeat one action. If you repeat your attack action, you get your extra attacks again.
Yeah. So we'll take 2 more of those swings.
That definitely hits. And let me just get the thing back up because I didn't expect you to do that fast. Holy shit! Okay, so that's 4. That's 4 and 9.
Awesome.
Okay,
One
one more.
That was a good hit. Ching.
Okay, that also hits. Okay, have you been recording all this damage, Kaylee?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 7 and 11, and then we'll put that down to 4 and 6 again. So that's 10 extra damage. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you're both looking pretty rough at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
and Rouge, because you're bloodthirsty. It's a fucking slugfest out there. Like it's just like they don't even seem to be like aware of anything going on around them. It is just blow for blow, and then you see like after he breathes his ice webs, he like you almost see like thank God you have high perception, or you wouldn't have been able to see this. You see him like do a flash of the swords across Chandra's chest, and then flip them back up super quick, like before you can even blink. And the whole audience is going fucking crazy because half of them don't even know what's going on because it's happening so fast. They just like see the cuts appear on Chandra after the event happens.
Rouge's
So this
elbow
is basically a
called
DBZ fight right now.
Totally. Yep. I mean, you're a fighter, you're a Dragonwood fighter, and a damn barbarian. Barbarians are anime characters.
They are.
it. Rouge's elbowing Calden and being like, I'm so glad they're on our side.
I know, right?
Yeah. Imagine if you had handed Chandra your anchor sword before this.
Well, I kind of want. I kind of have to like pay damages to the arena because it would kind of wreck everything.
Oh, yeah. Hold that thought. Okay, so it's
Wait, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
it's. Don't worry. Chandra, it's your turn.
Okay.
Don't worry, Chris. When you say that doesn't quite inspire confidence.
That makes me worry more.
Worry less.
Okay.
Okay. Axe roll.
That's gonna be a miss no matter what happens. Even if you reckless that. You have another attack though.
I know. I keep forget.
Yeah.
You can tell how much Megami Tensei I play when I think miss means I'm gonna get punched.
I get you. Oh god, I actually have a Megami Tensei song on here for later. Do you want to make that second attack reckless or not?
Oh, I already rolled it, so.
But you can still you can retroactively do it if you want. Because like I'm allowing reckless to be retroactive since it kind of screws you over too.
Okay, why not?
Okay, really so that's 11 slashing damage to you, Aldar.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Where's my sheet?
Yeah. You guys ever seen Cinderella Man?
Yes.
It's basically like that last fight, just the absolute drag out 13 round slugfest right now. Yeah. And is that the end of your turn, Chandra?
That's both moves, yeah.
Okay. Aldar!
Holy shit. Basically, just like, again, still grinning, like, super. I'm enjoying the shit out of it.
Like, you are very glad this person's in your party.
Yes, and I'm having a great time.
Okay.
Take another swing.
Okay, that definitely hits. And your swords, I believe, last...
1 minute, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna have to count it, 'cause that's pretty powerful. They'll last as high as your breath level, so I'm gonna say 3 rounds, since there's 3d6.
Okay.
Because, like, that's kind of really powerful, I realize, in retrospect. So once it gets to 4d6, it'll last 4 rounds, yada yada, like that.
Gotcha, okay.
Because I just realized 3d6...
I'll edit my sheet later.
Because, like, what I'm saying is 18 damage is a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
so...
I get you.
Yeah.
Especially if you like nat 20.
Yeah, like, so... Just, yeah, because you doubled it up. But yeah, we're just gonna last 3 rounds, so this is your second round. Okay, so 7 damage, 11 piercing. So that'll be a total of 6 and 3, 9 damage, Chandra?
6.
Total of 9. Because you have to half everything, and it's odd numbers, so I'm doing it in my head.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm down to single digits. What do we do?
Are you both down to single digits?
I'm not to single yet, but...
Well, Aldar, keep pressing if you want to.
Okay, now I'm not trying to, like... I'm basically just going to the, you know, like, to win, essentially, not to, like, hurt or...
Oh yeah, no,
that's
the stipulation I agreed with this. Like, I already knew you wouldn't do that.
So... Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Obviously, this is my friend. I'm not gonna hurt my friend.
Yeah.
But...
Okay, so that's 5 piercing damage. And then another 3 damage, so 8 total.
And... Yay, I'm -2.
Okay, so after this brutal back and forth with, like, huge axe swings, like, it's a very nice contrast of fighting styles. Because you see Chandra going in there with just these huge over-crushing axe swings that are, like, rending the ground as they hit. And Aldar just barely dodging out of the way or blocking and splinting them because of his high AC. And then at the end, he just goes ham, and he's like lightning fast, just doing small cuts, small cuts, small cuts. And you see Chandra just pushing through every little bit of it, crushing him, crushing him. And they will look exhausted until eventually an axe hit tries to come down, and Aldar just slips right past it to shoulder check, right with a lightning that extends down his arm into his elbow, and he just elbows her right in the shoulder and knocks Chandra down completely to the ground, and she cannot stand up anymore. And the crowd loses their absolute shit. There are people going crazy. There's a guy foaming at the mouth. There are people throwing barrels of ale. It is fucking Mexico after a Great Britain after a soccer game.
And one thing I want to try to do, just because I think it'll make a really neat effect, I'm gonna like turn to the crowd, and my sword should still have lightning in them, and I'm just gonna kind of cling them together, see if they make a like spark or something cool.
Roll a performance check with advantage.
Yes. Okie dokie. Performance. Not my best stat.
Okay, well,
roll.
here's the thing. Let me roll for drunk, rowdy people's intelligence. I'm going to get the effect based on how bad this is. Let me just use my actual dice. They rolled a 1. They go fucking crazy. You hear them shouting, because, like, it's kind of funny, because, like, your lightning kind of fizzles out at the end, so you just made basically a spark. It's kind of like that little bit of that one time you can see static electricity for half a second, where you just see the spark. And, like, that's all it is, but it's just bright enough that everyone just loses their shit all over again and starts going crazy and trying to mob you. Thank God there are security buff men. Like, the town's, like, maybe rural, but it's not completely unsecure.
And then I'm gonna try to help my friend up.
Help her up, and after all that's done, the producer comes to you. Well, I'd say you earned your winnings, but frankly, just can you wait about half an hour on me?
Yeah, I kind of need a bit of a rest myself.
Oh, yeah, Gerard! And a butler-looking guy comes up, who looks very official. He seems to be mostly human, but has a tail and horns and purplish skin. And he seems to be in oddly fancy gear. You can tell he probably came from that school on the hill instead of the rest of the village.
Fancy keeping boy.
Yeah. And he just comes in, and he's just like, one arm carrying this giant, not exactly a barrel, kind of a keg. And he just, like, pours out a drink for both of you that seems to be this nice, like, red liquid, but it's, like, glowing red, like if wine was luminescent. Mike, you just muted yourself.
Yeah, sorry, I had to cough.
Okay, I just make sure you didn't do that on accident. And he offers you
I
both
just
some of
didn't
this...
want to cough in everyone's ear.
Fair. And he offers you and Chandra both this wine.
I'll take it.
Okay. And it's, like, revitalizing as all hell. You don't regain any of your abilities, but you both regain all of your lost hit points from the last hour. So, like,
Awesome.
you still don't have all your rages, you don't have your breath weapon or your action surge for today, but you do have all your hit points back.
I figured, you know what, we're staying in this town for a couple of days. I probably won't really need it today, hopefully. Fingers crossed that the Fire Nation doesn't attack.
Don't giggle like that. Don't do that.
Would you rather me giggle like Yosef?
No, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a plot point you kind of left dangling.
You did.
So you can come back at any time.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are both recovering, and, like, they allow, because mostly because Calden's very convincing, and Rouge is very insistent that you're friends, you two are allowed on the pitch with them.
Nice.
And you guys will all hang out, and I'm just going to put back the fishing village map on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a way to spend a day. You guys did awesome.
Yeah.
That was
Glad you're on our
fun.
side.
Yeah, I'm glad she's on my side.
How low did you get, actually?
I was at 21.
Damn, if she had hit any more of those.
Oh yeah, if I didn't have a high AC,
Yeah, you would have been fucked.
yeah, I would have gotten shit stomped.
Wait till she gets her third extra attack.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Oh, wait, she's Stormhail, not Berserker.
Oh.
Well, the thing is, like, they hit hard, but they don't hit as often.
Gotcha.
That's kind of like the benefit of dual wielding. You hit a lot more often, but not as hard. So he's, like, the main difference was math, basically. Like, Aldar just had a lot more attacks he could make.
You also get a better hit dice than me too, so you get more HP.
That's the main thing.
Fucking everything.
Oh yeah. So once her HP
Well,
gets even higher though, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
If you ever
Dude,
want
my
to,
favorite is the totem path. Because
with the
they
bear?
can have pretty much everything with bear.
I know. Oh dude,
Everything but psychic.
Dude, you want to hear something super fucking annoying?
Sure.
Totem path, hill dwarf, with the tough feat. Basically, you get 3 extra HP every level because of your sub race and your feat, and you're a barbarian. So you're getting at least 7 or 8 extra hit points per level on top of the dice you roll, which is a D12.
Ew.
So you're gonna be uber tank.
You cannot die, tank, no matter how much stuff hits you.
Some classes are just broke.
Well, no, that's a combo because that's a race thing, a feat thing, and a class thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So dwarven barbarians are something to fear because of how much con they get.
That has to be a
they're pretty
pastime
awesome.
Of, hardcore players, isn't it? Just combing through the rules and finding ways to just break everything.
That was actually the plot of a campaign I was in for a while. Everyone was just trying to break everything else.
Oh, it's a big puzzle box.
Oh, it helped that our
We
DM gave us everything nonsensical.
We were bored one day and did a little one shot where we each rolled a quote unquote god character, where we just rolled a player character with 2 level 20 classes.
Oh damn!
And then we just fought each other. We did a tournament of the gods.
That's actually, I might actually organize that if we ever need a filler session. Just have that in my back pocket in case someone can't make it.
Sounds great.
Okay.
It was really fun.
Other fun thing I did: use the monster manual and give classes to monsters.
Oh yes.
The Paladin Tarask.
Oh god.
Okay, back to the game. Okay, so it's about 30 minutes on the pitch. You guys were discussing your weird in-universe D&D stuff, is what I'm going to say. Because you're all nerds who can fight. And he comes back, and he's bringing this, huge-ass cart. And he has this giant pile in it. And you see someone very familiar, a very well-dressed red elf, who, Rouge, you recognize as the troop master, who was kind of scolding you.
Who's just rolling her eyes.
I'm probably smoking a cigarette right now, just holy shit.
Okay, question. Is combat sex to Aldar?
No, it's not. I imagine Aldar is basically like a Saiyan, just I love to fight.
Yeah, but fighting is kind of like sex for Saiyans.
Yeah.
Let's admit it.
Okay, kind of. So, yeah,
I'm just the visual you said cigar. I'm just smoking a cigarette. It's I just imagine that in bed was it good for you too.
I was expecting that too.
That's what I just imagine. And now you ship Aldar and Chandra.
The drama unfolds.
Yeah.
It's not my not OTP.
Yeah. Okay. So he goes like, so after a thorough donation check from everyone who enjoyed the ever-loving shit out of that show, we have, well, I think, I apologize, this is the organizer. I apologize, but I took the liberty of just converting stuff into gold for you. So, here's about 300 or so gold from around people trying to donate. They wanted to give you gems and stuff, and one person kind of offered their dog. I don't know. But, yeah, people like you. And at that, when he says people like you, it's like, and that is why I would like to talk to you, the elven man in red says.
Okay.
Rouge is just shaking her head like, no, Lucas, no, I don't trust you.
Yeah. Okay, so, look, little lady, sorry, I don't believe I ever caught your name.
That's on purpose.
True. Okay, I did level with you. I'm a businessman. I may be a capitalist, but I'm not a complete monster yet.
Yet. Keyword, yet.
I have people restricting me from that.
Obtained for the presidency.
I have people who keep me in check for that. Why do you think I run with a troop of misfits? What kind of evil monster would let Rudy keep that moose under their roof?
Never know.
Okay, here's my point. You all just got in very good with a lot of this town. And I need some help in this town.
People tend to when we pass by.
Tend to like you?
Tend to need help.
Have troubles.
Ah, thank God arrogance isn't one of your flaws. So, do you remember when I mentioned that my blood guy was cutting ahead of us?
Vaguely?
Well, this happened last session, and Rouge was kind of trying to avoid the plot as much as possible, so I got it in like 3 seconds.
I remember the blood is actually real blood.
It's not sentient racist blood. It's mostly from butcher shops.
But it's okay. I'm not gonna argue.
I swear to God, all of our blood spilling is ethical.
I never said it wasn't. I just think the technicality's weird.
Calden is just making a face of that.
All of our blood spilling is ethical.
Yeah.
That's going in the quote channel. Okay, so what I'm asking is, could you help me find him, because he's gone bloody missing in this town?
Alright, I guess we can help you find your friend.
Yeah, we can do that. We're good at looking for things.
We're very good finders.
Puffers.
Usually.
So what does your friend look like?
Well, he's a small frame man, black hair. He's got some glasses, and a bit of a beard going on. He looks a bit ramshackle, but he keeps very good care of his equipment. His name's Netta.
Does he have a creepy tongue?
I work in the circus. You're going to be more specific.
Very long and kind of snake-like.
Not that I recall. He's a very well-spoken, elegant man, but he is fascinated with illusion making. Thing is, he has a weird fascination. He doesn't like using magic. He loves making illusions happen through what he calls practical means.
Oh, I see.
So he insists the blood be real for the shows. And I gotta say, it's a lot cheaper than hiring magicians most of the time.
Rouge just has a whole bunch of red flags going off.
Rouge is the Kill Bill sirens going on in her head.
Exactly.
But I'm missing him, and we have a play to put on tomorrow night. The Tragedy of Suvrak.
Okay, well, we'll do our best we can to find your friend Netter.
I know, I just need him by tonight so we can get the blood for Orson's scene.
Did you say that
Excuse me?
someone...
Excuse me, you said Orson?
Well, yes, that's the play, The Tragedy of Suvrak.
Oh.
Have you never heard of it?
Oh, we have.
Huh, that's interesting. It's an old play, but we're finally bringing it back.
How old?
100 years or so.
I kind of look over at Rouge.
You can kind of feel like the I'm not happy with any of this. Something real sketchy is going on vibe from her. It's like radiating.
Feel free to discuss it among yourselves. You're always free to refuse, but I would appreciate it, and it would make our lives a lot easier. And I could offer you some extra supplies, or even a better cart. I saw the one you were in before.
Well, we'll look for your friend, and we're just kind of like stepping back and kind of like waving towards your friends, like little group chat, please.
Okay, so is that basically you saying goodbye?
Yes.
Okay, so he's like, All right, just try to give me some information by tonight. I'll be in the troop tent. It's up behind that rock. And he points to the big rock that Aldar wanted to climb on. Okay.
My son rock.
That's my rock.
He looks at you and it's like, you own the rock?
Oh, Lord.
No, but I want to.
I'll keep that in mind. Ah.
This has been a fun day for me.
You gotta punch people, you got money, you got a cigarette!
I might get a
Every
rock.
ninth grader's dream.
It's like, I love how like, the example is, I gotta punch, like, the rock is still the biggest thing. Watch it be Dwayne The Rock Johnson at the end of the day.
Yes. Okay, so somebody said something about giving us a dog. Could we use their dog to, like, sniff out for this guy?
Right, is the guy gone at this point?
Yeah, he's left and he's just talking to the mayor. They seem to be like setting up zoning positions for their for how the whole troop's gonna work.
Guys, I think the guy's Yosef. Netter is Yosef.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Oh.
What was up with that play?
I don't fucking know, but I don't like it.
I don't like it, and we didn't fall through a time rift or anything, did we? We'd have noticed, I think.
God, I hope not.
I mean, I wouldn't
Uh-oh.
be disbelieving it at all, but
It's too much hard work cracking the world's shell.
well played. Well, what should we do? Should we look for this guy?
Yes, for sure we need to look for this guy. I don't think we should split up on individuals, but maybe we go as pairs.
Okay,
Because nobody should be left alone to look for him.
okay, how do you want to pair this out?
Well, let's start with our champion here, and he picks his partner.
Shoot. Let's see. I'm big and tough, and Rouge is, sneaky and probably pretty good at looking for people, so that'd probably be a good combination.
Right, and then we'll leave the two heavy hitters together. Well, other heavy hitters. Our Void Boy and our Barbarian Girl.
Okay. Void boy, I like that.
Okay, so who do we want to start with?
I guess my group will start.
Okay, so Rouge and Aldar, where do you want to head in town?
Rouge wants to head towards like the alleyways,
Okay,
if there are any.
there are some alleyways, but it's too small of a town to get many seedy alleyways. You just find you find boxes, you find the occasional sleeping child, you find the occasional sleeping dog and rabbits.
Gotcha. All right, then I want to look to see if anybody's got like a cellar.
Okay, roll a perception check.
All right.
Okay, you do notice some cellars, like, down in the lower areas. Like, there seem to be some near where the fishing people are. But you get the impression that they're probably keeping fish down there. And you find, like, you go back through the town a bit. It takes around an hour to get through it. You find one near a vineyard, and it's obviously a wine cellar.
Yeah.
And those are only the two, like, notable cellars you really find. You don't find any, like, very seedy sorts of cellars. No, dear God, now I'm thinking of sellers as in merchants. You don't find any really seedy sellers.
Okay. Any ideas, Aldar?
Let's see. So we got a decent, description of the guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My first instinct, as much as I don't like really talking to people, would probably be to, go around and, ask around, see if anybody's seen him. But if that fails, I'm going to resort to just, climbing up on rooftops and getting a higher, vantage point and just looking around.
Okay, so you're going
From,
to. So
higher
are you
up.
climbing up
But
right?
first, I want to talk to people. No, first I want to go around and chat with and just like ask
Okay.
anybody around, like,
Just
hey,
make
have you seen
a
this dude? And
general
describe him.
charisma check. With advantage, because you're currently the town champion.
Good thing I've
So
got
you-
advantage, probably.
So you try to talk to people, but most people are trying to help you, but they're too excited about you being awesome, and they keep steering the conversation towards your fighting prowess. And like they're not even interested in answering any of your questions. They just keep asking you, where'd you learn that cool breath technique, or can you train them, or all matter of questions of being instantly famous will do. And you don't get any,
Gotcha.
any real good information. And Rouge eventually just has to somehow surreptitiously redirect everyone somehow and get you out of there. I'm not going to say how she does it, because Rouge will come up with something weirder than I can think of.
I'll just say that, like, we had urgent fighting business to take care of.
They all instantly part and understand, like, he's going to fight again today? He's unstoppable! Yeah.
And I just like look at them, grin a little bit, and then run away with Rouge to other to.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, well, they don't seem like they're giving me any info.
The roof's then.
Yeah, let's.
Right.
I'm assuming is it an athletics to climb up on a roof?
Okay, yeah, it's athletics for you, because you're strong. Like, acrobatics, you're more like going in and find the areas. Athletics is he's just clawing the side of the building and just ramming himself up there. So it's athletics. Okay, so he just like until he gets on top of the building. And it's a nice little town on top of the building. Unfortunately, you are big enough that you see some little kids trying to start imitating you in other buildings.
Uh-oh.
And
Doesn't help that I also look like a small child trying to imitate.
yes, that's the problem. So basically, you are a highly valuable role model in 10 minutes, and you just try to ton of children to start climbing on the roofs. Some of them manage it, some of them don't. Thankfully, anyone who could get hurt falls down, so they only do like scrape their knee at the worst. So you don't see any damaged children yet.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn to the kids and scream, "Don't do this!
But
I'm a trained badass. You're little kids."
can you train us, mister?
No time, kiddos. Maybe some years down the line.
Maybe
These
when
talks
you're
of
older.
Who are
I'm
you,
imagining you
lady?
doing, like matching superhero outfits.
Oh my god. Like Batman and Robin or Hawk and Dove at this point.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Just like I am one of Aldar's good friends. We've known each other a long time, and yes.
Shh. I'm gonna just like kind of put my hand on her shoulder. Yes, she's backed me up in many a combat, actually. She may not look it, but she's a tough one too.
Ah, can we see you fight her later?
Oh.
She looks.
Like the little kid's assuming, oh my god, the champion respects her? She must be as tough as her! Thinking of Chandra. Little kids don't have any concept of size differentiation.
No.
Exactly. They're all like hidden strength, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the hidden strength.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're looking for a dark-haired man in spectacles? Is that all you're going on?
Pretty much, I'm going on the
Okay.
the description that guy gave me.
Go
I'm
on
gonna
a
look and see if I
perception
can see
check.
anybody.
Just perception check with advantage because you're up high.
Yay!
Oh, that's both of
That's
you
what I
wanted.
was hoping for.
Yeah. And Rouge, you can do one too.
Right.
Why the hell is your perception so high? Oh, sorry, I'm talking to... Both of you have really high perception. Okay, so you see a decent amount of dark-haired people with spectacles that seem to be, like, scholars of various sizes. You see, like, a guy at the fish market, a fisherman with spectacles on, who's just going out his day. You never really specified if the guy was muscular or not, but you do see quite a few robed individuals that match this general description. You can't exactly tell from this height if they're elves or not, but you can definitely tell they have dark hair and you can tell they have glasses on because of the glint of it. They're even going up with that shop on the hill. And there seems to be like a guy. The only other noteworthy guy you seem to notice is there seems to be a guy leaving the butcher shop, but there's also a guy that seems to be coming from the general store that both match description of dark hair and spectacles, which is, let's be fair, that's kind of a generic description.
Let's go after the guy that's coming from the butcher shop.
Okay, and now we'll cut over to Colton and Chandra. What are you guys doing?
Well, let's go the other. Well, we obviously went the other direction.
Maybe. I don't know. Are we allowed to figure out where he was staying, or?
Well, you did get a hint from Tomarz that he did get his fake blood from butcher shops,
right?
And various things like that.
Let's go find a butcher shop, I guess.
Okay. So this is happening simultaneously to you guys doing all that climbing nonsense. So I want you to notice that. Okay. So you guys go to the butcher shop, and you come in, and there's a guy just like chopping up some meat. He's having a nice chop, chop, chop sound.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, customers, what do you need?"
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question about. I'm told you give away a lot of blood.
I don't give away any blood that someone needs. I don't give it away. Someone pays me for it. There's this skinny little kid comes in. He says he uses it for art. I don't know. Sounds creepy to me. But I don't ask. He just gives me some coin. Somebody asks for some legs or something. Says he uses them to. Says he uses the bone for something. I don't know.
Could you tell me what's this kid look like?
Dark hair, maybe early 20s. Got big round glasses.
Is he local?
No, well, he's not local as far as I can tell. He says he was with the troupe that came to town yesterday.
All right, he came with the troupe?
No, he says he's part of the troupe. He came into town before the troupe. He says he's the guy who comes in, tells everybody he's kind of the hype man, and also he said he was backstage props or something.
Right.
The whole time he's talking to you, he's still cutting this up. It's like he's being interviewed on Law and Order.
Right.
Yeah.
Did he happen to mention where he might be staying? Well, he's going ahead of the troupe, of course.
Yeah. Well, he said he was up on school up on the hill. He said he has his own alumni there. Might let him use his old room.
Where in town is that?
It's up on the hill. You know, that big fancy building that looks like it shouldn't be here, because it wasn't made here. Fucking towers.
Well, all right. Thank you for your help. Let's.
Oh, speaking of the devil, and you see a dark-haired man with young glasses again, and Calden. This is very recognizably someone who looks a lot cleaner than Yosef.
So it doesn't look like.
It looks like vaguely like him. It looks like what would happen if Yosef was. Remember that one flashback with Jerry?
Yeah.
It looks kind of like that Yosef, but it's just off enough that you're kind of doubting him like the same person. It's like when you see someone in real life and you're like, "Oh shit, Jason," and then you realize Jason's been dead for 3 years. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those people who look almost exactly like people you know, but you're clearly not after you look at it for a while.
Okay.
So this guy would definitely trigger Rouge's PTSD, but he wouldn't know why he was doing it, because he's just there. Is the look he has.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hi there.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I offer my hand. I'm Calden. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm Netter. A pleasure. Oh, Tomarz sent me a pigeon about you.
Oh?
He said he ran across an interesting gaggle of people that he wanted to try to convince to join the troupe. Apparently it was you.
Yeah?
I heard about you. You were big and strong and oddly coordinated. He said, like, an axe-wielding ballerina, I believe the words were. And, okay, what was the other one? There's also a tiny little girl who seemed very angry but also hilarious, and another dragonborn who seemed oddly quick on his feet.
He does run around a lot. We were looking for you, actually.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
happy I'm so famous, but why were you looking for me?
Tomarz implied you were missing.
Oh, God. Tomarz, did he... Oh, dear Lord. Did my pigeon get eaten by a wyvern again?
Does that happen a lot?
Unfortunately, I have not figured out how to make the pigeons not kill the wyvern before they die. I keep putting little deterrents, like, in their feathers, but, like, they can't just... They're supposed to be able to shed one, then avoid the wyvern, then the wyvern explodes, but it doesn't seem to ever work. They just eat the wyvern, and the wyvern gets stomach poisoning later. Sorry, the wyvern eats the pigeon.
Right.
They're really common
I
around
was
these
kind of
pods.
hoping the pigeon would eat the wyvern.
I mean, that happens to wyvern corpses. But, unfortunately, with the mountains nearby, it's been a problem with the last few villages. The Spine is a harborer of dragonoids. But yes, if you wanted to find me, Tomarz, just tell Tomarz that I need to go get supplies to make preparations for the play.
Okay.
I mean, the tragedy of Suvrok is such a bloodbath near the end. You'd need a lot of supplies.
Okay,
Where should... No.
where should we tell him to find you? He was
Tell him
looking
to
for-
look up at the academy up on the north. They're letting me use their lab to help construct some stuff, and they're... Ever since I came and showed them some of my more unique devices, and it, like, brings out this little wooden device that seems to have, like, a cap part and a little gear on the side. They seem to have taken appreciation. And then he, like, clicks it open, and you realize it's a wooden and metal lighter. It's like a medieval Zippo made of, like, hard oak wood.
Right.
He's a tinkerer.
Yeah. Like, you see this, and you're like, dear God, Quincy would love this, is your first thought.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Well, alright, I'll tell him.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Greg. And he goes to the butcher. I need about 3 different lamb's feet and about a barrel worth of your blood. Boy, you are gonna get too much blood on your hands, you know that? Oh, don't say that. We all know it's a joke at this point. It's getting old. Sure it is. And then he seems to, like, get this stuff, like, thing is, it's weird how quick Greg had this ready. Like, he had the order ready on, like, because he already knew. Was talking too fast. So he, like, just grabs his order, like, immediately, because he just shoves out a cart in the back. And he seems to, like, put it in a little jar. Seems to shrink pocket. You get the idea it's a bag of holding and seems vaguely modified to change sizes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, unfortunately, some things I can't do without magic. Well, I hope to see you at the play tomorrow. And then he goes out the door like he's in a more of a hurry.
Okay.
That?
What? He's
Well,
a
let's go
weirdo,
find the-
says
Yeah,
the
he
butcher.
is. I turned to Chandra. Let's go find the others.
Yeah, you still need to talk to him. He's probably going to the bakers next like he usually does.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. So we leave and let's go find the others.
Okay? So, Kier, question. Did Rouge and Aldar go just right to the butcher shop when they saw the guy come out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, like,
Oh,
you
sure.
get there, and you see Chandra and Kaladin just, like, getting outside talking about all the weird shit that just went down. Like, they just walk out of the butcher shop, like, 3 minutes after he does. It's not a terribly big town. You could run there pretty fast.
Gotcha.
So basically, you see them come out, and they seem very calm. So, from your perspective, they basically just came out of the same place that a weird guy that sounds like Yosef came out of not 3 minutes before.
Hey, was that him?
It was the guy we were looking for. I looked to Rouge. It was not Yosef, I don't think.
don't think.
Sure.
So you're not sure.
I'm mostly sure it looks. You know those people. Sometimes people just look similar to people.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure because he's got a lab, and he's got a lab. He's gathering stuff for the play. He's gonna be up there. I point up at the academy.
Okay.
So we could look into that.
I don't think that we could, and we should make that a should.
Yeah. Let's look into that.
All right. So you guys are heading up to the academy?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pretty big climb to the academy because it's up on the hill, and you realize as you go in, you realize the butcher's words seem very literal. You've been around magic enough that you've experienced some of the telltale marks of massive teleportation magic. So you can see some of the weird lines in the ground that aren't completely natural, or some of the twisted vines that seem to grow from trees that were displaced. And the vibe you get as you're growing up is this place wasn't made here, but it was moved here. It's like a prefab academy, but with plumbing.
Yeah. From your description.
Yeah.
Yeah. That before, how it looked, I kind of figured.
Yeah. So it's this massive, almost weird. It's almost a box-like structure, but it has just enough of a curve on the roof where there's enough to get out into rain, and there seems to be some extensions going on. Despite the fact that you can see some obvious telltale signs, it has been here long enough that they're adding additions on, and it seems to be becoming a permanent fixture. But the best you can tell from your experience is it's probably been here 5 or 6 years. Maybe 10 at a stretch. Yeah. Okay. So you go up, and a guy meets you at the gate. This very big centaur guard. He's like, "Hello."
Greetings.
Hello there.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
What business do you have at the Academy Soritas?
We're here to visit someone.
Who?
The old
Netter?
guy, Knitter.
Netter. Netter didn't have any visitors. He has do not disturb posted on his lab.
Oh, well, we're old friends of his. He'll understand.
Roll a deception check. You are lucky, Rouge.
I know.
He looks doubtful, but then it's like you do a puppy dog pleading eyes thing. You basically do that Puss in Boots thing from Shrek 2, where he takes his hat down.
We're friends.
It's been a very Shrek session.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, all right, just don't tell anyone I'll let you in." Okay. So you guys get into the academy, and it's just basically this very long hallway, but it seems a lot bigger on the inside, and you figure it's like the bag enchantment, but in reverse.
Right.
Where would you step in? And there seems to be enough air filtration that you can actually breathe in here. So it's just this long, almost T-shaped building, and you go to the hallway, and you see trophies and awards and portraits of graduates. And there seems to be this huge thing going on, where there's a different portrait for every couple years.
Is this the OG Vile Academy?
Kind of. Wait, no. No, oh, sorry. No, it's not evil, I think.
I
Sorry.
was about to say, did you just give away the game?
I don't know if it's evil or not. It's an academy. It's a school. Schools can be evil by nature.
True.
We've all went to
Schools
college.
are evil by nature.
We all went to Catholic school.
I didn't go to either of those things.
Well, that's because you barely went to school.
Uh-oh.
Was that because
Oh,
of my
there you go.
comment, or did you do something?
No. My brother's computer went off for a second, and I thought our power went out or something. But
Okay.
it just went.
So that-
it just went into rest.
So you guys are going in, and there's this huge line of old portraits, and there seems to be a lot. There's also this great thing called the that says the Hammer and Sword of the Year, which seems to imply there seems to be what you glean from the awards is the sword was someone who helped defend the school's rights, and the hammer was someone who helped forge new research purposes. And there seems to be like a portrait of each two in each year. And you get to the hallway, and you seem to have started from like an ancient, like 300 or so years ago thing, and you get up further and further until you see one portrait that Rouge sticks out to you. And you look at it, and it's two guys just doing like the embrace, others embrace, like the half-arm hug, and one of them holding up a staff, and the other one holding up like little like surgical knife. And they seem to be happy, and they're like presenting this cool little mechanical thing that seems to be preserving a heart, and it seems to be a little bit. And it says, to the grand combination of necromancy and chimera tech, Jeremiah Sprinkel and Joseph Arkinson, hammer and sickle. And that's one session.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Cool. School infiltration.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to Jerry's old school!
Woo!